Hi everyone, welcome back to Fast Track to the World. I'm Beau, and welcome to the Busted Tow Garage 2.0. I know it's been a long time between drinks since my last video, but yeah, we've made the big move. No longer up in Newman in the Pilbara of Western Australia there, down near Perth now. So yeah, it's a bit of a change, bit of a culture shock to us. Just getting used to the cooler temperatures, but with the cooler temperatures also comes the fact that you can actually work on your bikes all year round. Not like what I was having to deal with up there, where I could work on them for probably 6, 7, 8 months of the year, and then the rest of the time it was just too hot to actually do anything. So yeah, so now we're down here. Now, as you can see, I've got a big heap of bikes behind me here. That's all our all our bikes that we have, but you can see I've got a couple of new additions. Got this lovely bike lift here. Yeah, just picked this up the other day to complement the workshop, and God, it makes working on things so much easier. So so yeah, hopefully starting next year, early next year, we're going to be cracking on with the GPZ 1100. Look, we're fairly well into it. There's a couple of things I need to do to really finish up this side of things, the chassis side of things. And there's a couple of things I'm not really happy about either that I want to look a bit more into, like the front suspension. That's been, yeah, it's been annoying me that doesn't seem quite right. I did order, as you'd seen in other videos, I'd ordered brand new stanchions from overseas. I bought 2 sets of them actually, and surprise, surprise, they didn't fit. And then I went all out and I bought a set of brand new old stock Kawasaki genuine forks for it. Turns out they didn't fit either. So even though they're meant to be for a GPZ 1100 1983 Unitrack, all the boxes ticked, turns out they didn't fit either. So what I ended up doing, getting the forks that I have here originally, the original forks off this bike. My best mate, he took the fork legs down and got them all vapor blasted and cleaned up for us. I rebuilt them, I cleaned the tubes up as best I could and put it all back together. And I also got the brand new anti-dive units, which you can't get anymore. They came with the new Kawasaki forks, so it wasn't a complete loss. But so that's all rebuilt, but I'm still not 100% happy with it. I've got to see once we get a few more things together, and then we can see how that front suspension feels and see what I've got to do. If it's not right, then I'm not gonna leave it like that. We'll pull it apart and we'll figure out how to do it right. So yeah, we'll see how we go with that. But yeah, so we've got the GPZ to finish off, which, yeah, like I said, hopefully in the new year. Then we've also got, just recently, I took a bit of a video, but unfortunately some of the video didn't turn out. But my good mate and I, we went over, and the missus, we jumped on the bikes and shot over to Melbourne from Perth. It was a great ride. We ended up actually buying 2. He already had one. He already had a GSX 1100 EZ, and I ended up buying one too. So we rode together with these 2 identical GSX 1100s across to Melbourne. It was an absolute blast. I've probably putting some footage here in the background. We had a great time. We saw so many places we'd never seen. We did the Great Ocean Road, which was one of those bucket list things for me. And yeah, we visited so many great places down through the south of WA, all through South Australia, then down Mount Gambier, Portland, and then over along the Great Ocean Road, and ended up in Safety Beach just south of Melbourne there on the Mornington Peninsula. So yeah, it was a great ride and we loved it. We had a really good time, and I'm sure we've got some more rides coming up like that shortly too. I'm going to try and video some more now that we've done the big house move and we're here, and yeah, and we're actually settling in. I've got a lot more to do on the garage. Need to run power to it. Need to get storage. As you can see, it's it's pretty bare bones in here at the moment. Just a lot of stuff that I don't know where to put. Just getting through it. So I can't believe I actually have this much stuff, to be honest. Yeah, it blows me away. But yeah, at any rate, we've got the GSX that's in Melbourne, the GPZ here. Then we've also got the V-Strom that we did our big ride with Black Dog Ride. We've got my favourite, my baby, the big 99 Hayabusa. That's going to go in hopefully this next year. I've got to do a head gasket on it, and then it's also got to go in for some cosmetic surgery. It's getting it's got a lot of stone chips and stuff on it, and I just want to bring it back to how it should look. Also, because it was sitting in a museum for so many years, it does have a bit of rust inside the tank, inside the fuel tank, so I need to get that sorted out as well. So yeah, that's the Hayabusa. And then we've got the dirt bikes, got the big XR400 or XR440, and got the Mrs. little XR100 and the little Z50 there. So I've got so many projects, but I've decided I've got to get in and I've got to start cracking on with some of these. Now that the shed's built and now that I've got a place to do it, it's out of the heat and out of the weather, it's going to be so good. So yeah, hopefully I'll have more content for you guys in the new year, and yeah, we'll see how it all plays out. Yeah, I really need to get this thing on the road. So this is my yeah, mission late this year, early next year. But yeah, we'll have a bit of a walk around, have a look at some of these other bikes. So yeah, there's the big GPZ, just pretty much how I left it after Newman. Nothing's changed too much. It just transported down here, but oh, how good is this bike lift? I love it. I absolutely love it. Spoilt, completely spoilt now. But yeah, so the big GPZ, we'll get that cracking this next year. We've got all the new brakes on, obviously. We saw that last time, got all the new brakes on. They're all looking beautiful, those custom ones from Metal Gear over east, and they shipped them to us. They just look absolutely glorious. And yeah, they asked us what colour I wanted painted on them and everything else. So they just, yeah, they did an amazing job. And so here you can see these beautifully powder coated fork legs, and these are the original fork stanchions, fork tubes. So yeah, we'll get there with that. We'll get this done. That's my focus. But anyway, of course, because I want a million other things to focus on, because hey, I don't want to get bored, do I? Here's the big Busa. So the big Hayabusa, yeah, she's a bit sad and sorry for herself at the moment. She's obviously done a head gasket. We'll get that sorted. Yeah, but get the head gasket done, check everything else out while we're in there, and then yeah, I want to do all this up. See all these stone chips all through here? This bike has it's not a princess, even though it sat in a museum for 4 or 5 years over in Melbourne. It's not a princess. It's ridden across the Nullarbor a few times. The guy who owned it before Antique Motorcycles in Melbourne bought it, he rode it across the Nullarbor a few times. But yeah, she's a beauty. I love it. It's my baby. Yeah, and hopefully I can get that one sorted out. So get all the paintwork fixed, get the tank sorted, get the head gasket sorted on it too. So yeah, that's that mission. The big XR400, nothing to see here. She's good to go. So that's looking forward to getting out on the tracks and just maybe going out to Wildcatcham, out to the West Moto Park out there, and just tearing it up. It'll be great. And then the missus obviously has got her little XR100. That thing, little ball terror, that one. She goes really well. So yeah, had my best mate Steve. He rebuilt the motor on it, and yeah, it's going like a dream now. And of course, the little Z50 here, this little one. It's going to be a little project for me and my brother to work on this little Z50. So we need to get that sorted for his young fella when his young fella is ready to ride a bike. So pretty cool that we have a Z50 here, the same year, same model that I learnt to ride my motorbike on, and I've got a picture of me and my youngest brother here riding it, and then and he's going to be able to ride it with his son. So that's pretty cool. That's a cool story. So we'll get that one there done as well. Need to get paintwork done on that because the chassis has been painted in a red colour, and anyone who knows these things knows that red is not the right colour. It needs to be more of an orangey red. So we need to get that all redone. I've got a new tank for it, and yeah, I've got new suspension. I've got so many new bits for that. We can rebuild that, get that on the road, and yeah, get that ready for the young fella. He was going to have a blast on that. So yeah, that's it. Don't worry about the scooter. That thing's been condemned. Yeah, that's a I don't want to deal with it problem. So we'll leave that one there. But yeah, anyway, guys, that's the fleet update. Yeah, hopefully we'll get the big GPZ going, and do a couple more adventures on the V-Strom hopefully, and then the rest of these we'll just enjoy when we can. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching our video and tuning in, and yeah, hopefully I'll get cracking on some of these projects very shortly. But sorry it's been so long between last videos. But anyway, thanks a lot for tuning in, guys, and I'm going to get cracking working on this thing. All right, cheers.